It's time for questions and answers with the winners receiving dinner for two here in the Empire Terrace, beautiful Empire Terrace, and refurbished terrace at Yonkers Raceway, and a year's subscription to Hubrail magazine. The first winner this evening is Richard Grasinski of Beechwood, New Jersey. He says, this could be worth a lot of money to me. I say there was a horse named Sleepy Tom who was bought for a bottle of whiskey and a broken watch, and he was one of the first great pacers and raced blind. My father-in-law says no horse can race if blind, and that he was not a champion pacer in the 1800s. Tell your father-in-law to come up with the money, Richard, and I'll split it with you as long as it's worth a lot to you. There was a Sleepy Tom. He was blind, and he was one of the first outstanding pacers. Here is the book that tells of his exploits, and courtesy of Trotting Bookshop in Morristown, New Jersey, we can show you the cover of that famous book. And here is what Sleepy Tom looked like as Currier and Ives depicted him. He was blind and raced that way from the time he was 7 years old. We don't know about the bottle of whiskey, and we don't know about the broken watch. He was sold originally for $125 and later for $310, and made up the great pacing quartet of the 1870s. He and three other pacers were the stars of pacing, the first major stars of pacing, and helped build the sport into the success that it became. Second winner is David Hocker of Dix Hills, New York, who says, I've heard about the terms half-brother, three-quarter brother, and full brother. Could you please explain what each one means? Well, we'll go to the blackboard to explain what each one means to you. Take a look at horse A, who is by Joe and out of Nell. Joe was by Pete out of Mary, and Nell was by Tom out of Adele. Any other horse with that same breeding by Joe out of Nell would be a full brother to horse A. Now, horse B was by Mike out of Nell, and Mike was by Ed and out of Laura, so that is a half-brother to horse A. Has the same mother, but a different father, so he is a half-brother. Horse C is by Fred out of Nell. Fred was by Harry out of Laura, and thus Fred, if you follow it there on your screen, was a half-brother to Mike, who was the father or sire of horse B. So if you go to the second last generation there of those horses B and C, you'll see that horse C has three of the four parents that horse B has. His grandmother Laura and Tom and Adele, and horse B had grandmother Laura and Tom and Adele as grandparents. So there are four grandparents. Three of them were the same. Horse C is a three-quarter brother to horse B. You've got that? Well, we hope you do. It's the best we can do for now to explain it. You're a winner, and we hope you enjoy your outing here in the Empire Terrace. We know you will. Send your best questions in. We hope they're chosen. Coming up next.
Pacers are behind the gate for tonight's 8th race. C2 Fillies and Mares. 1A Ombro Cherry. Johnny Copus drives at 7-1. 2B Miss Happy Laura. Frank Tagarello at 15-1, a long shot. 3C That's Life N, the even money favorite with Hervé Filion. 4D What a Lil Dan O'Mara will drive. The odds are 9-1. 5E The Goodtime Byrd. Walter Case Jr. drives at 7-2. 6F Cameretta. Mike LaChance drives at 35-1. 7G Silent Fantasy Buck Stokey. 8H Farmstead Future Joe Marsh Jr. Let's go upstairs to the bullet. Bob Meyer.
They're off. Ombro Cherry tries for the lead. That's Life in between horses second. Good Time Bird towards the outside third. Ombro Cherry Loney inside fourth. What a Lil fifth. Silent Fantasy sixth. Camerata seventh. Farmstead's Future trails the field eighth. Around the turn down the backstretch. Miss Happy Laura off stride briefly. That's Life in between horses to get the lead. Good Time Bird the outside second. Miss Happy Laura back pacing third. Ombro Cherry the outside fourth. Gap of 2 lengths. What a Lil fifth. Silent Fantasy sixth. Quarter time is 30-1. At the paddock turn the first time. That's Life in front by a length. Good Time Bird second. Miss Happy Laura third. Ombro Cherry on the rail fourth. What a Lil up on the outside fifth. Farmstead's Future on the rim sixth. Silent Fantasy Loney inside seventh. And Camerata trails the field eighth. As they come by the stands the first time, That's Life in front by a length. Good Time Bird second. Miss Happy Laura on the rail third. What a Lily outside fourth. Ombro Cherry Loney inside fifth. Farmstead's Future alongside sixth. Silent Fantasy seventh. And Camerata's eighth. Halftime 101 flat. Around the clubhouse turn the second time. That's Life maintains the length advantage. Good Time Bird second. Miss Happy Laura on the rail third. What a Lil up on the rim fourth. Ombro Cherry Loney inside fifth. Farmstead's Future the outside sixth. Silent Fantasy moves to far outside 7th, and Camerata's 8th. Down the backstretch, That's Life in front by a length. What a Lily outside 2nd. Goodtime Byrd on the rail 3rd. Silent Fantasy the far outside 4th. Farmstead's Future in between horses 5th. 3/4, 1:32 and 2. Around the far turn, That's Life leads by a half length. What a Lily outside 2nd. Goodtime Byrd looks for Racing Maloney inside 3rd. Farmstead's Future in between horses 4th. Silent Fantasy the far outside 5th. Miss Happy Laura on the rail 6th. They come to the top of the stretch. That's Life still in front by a length. What a Lily outside 2nd. Goodtime Byrd 3rd. Through the stretch, That's Life with What a Lil and Goodtime Byrd on the inside. That's Life and Goodtime Byrd coming on. Here's the finish. 5E, Goodtime Byrd just does get up at the wire by a head. 3C, That's Life in finishing 2nd. We'll wait on the photo for the show spot. A mile in 2:02 and 3. And now let's get the official results from Stan Bergstein.
Perfect trip all the way for Goodtime Byrd, sitting right in the 2-hole behind the leader. Couldn't get out in the stretch, but did get in and found racing room at the rails, slid through, and won it for Walter Case Jr., one of the top young drivers in America. $9, $4.20, and $5.80, and that price is okay on the show. More to show than place on 5E. She's owned by the Dale Valley Farms of Encino, California. Larry Battaglia trained, Walter Case driving. 3-letter C, That's Life N with Hervé Fillon, $3, $3.80. That's okay also. And 4-letter D, What a Lil, $2.80 to show. The Exacta 5 and 3, E and C, $38.60. That takes care of the first half of the late double. We'll see what happens.